Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Mayor Scholarship Fund Awards ceremony. I'm Shelley Smead, Director of Compass Academy and the proud parent of a past Mayor Scholarship Fund recipient. I'll be Master of Ceremonies this evening. Though we're disappointed we're not together in one place, we are grateful for the creativity and dedication of the team at IE Productions for allowing this event to go on and for each of us to view from our homes. Feel free throughout this program to interact and comment. Last year, after recording for this event, I left IE Productions and learned that businesses and organizations were closing down for 21 days due to the spread of COVID. I have high hopes that the news will not change that significantly again during the next hour. This evening's event sponsor is Fluor Idaho. They say education is the thread that makes the fabric of a community stronger, and why Fluor Idaho is a major supporter of the Mayor Scholarship Fund. Event co-sponsors are the BEA-INL K-12 STEM Outreach Program and Bingham Healthcare. We thank each of these organizations for their support of tonight's program. We offer special recognition to IE Productions and Blue Phoenix Branding for their outstanding contributions in making this event possible. We would also like to thank the Board of Directors, Steering Committee, and Evaluation Panel for their time and efforts, as well as recognize the remaining sponsors who support the Mayor's Scholarship Fund program. These include College of Eastern Idaho Foundation, Bateman Hall Incorporated, Northwind Group, Idaho Falls Community Hospital, Mountain View Hospital, Hartwell Corporation, Elevation Labs, the Bank of Idaho, Idaho Central Credit Union, the Bank of Commerce, Stephen Wagner Charitable Fund, TOK Commercial, Do More LLC, the Japanese American Citizens League, Arby's of Idaho Falls, Amerititle, and Comfort Construction. We begin our program this evening with a musical presentation by 2021 senior recipient Grace Parsons. Grace is a senior at Idaho Falls High School and is a member of the Idaho Falls High School a cappella choir. She'll sing Glorious, written by Stephanie Mabey. Grace will be accompanied on the piano by Bryn Murdoch.
Keep listening, and pretty soon figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies, and each one of us, oh, it's glorious. And as you feel the notes build, you'll see. It's like a symphony. Just keep listening, and pretty soon you'll start to figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies, in each one of us. Oh, it's glorious.
We're pleased tonight to celebrate the 16th Annual Mayor Scholarship Fund Awards event. The first event was held in 2006. That evening honored 18 recipients with a total of $18,000 in scholarships. In 2011, my own daughter, Sheridan, received a $500 Promise Scholarship she used to take German classes during high school and earn college credit at Skyline. Because of this gift, she finished her college degree at Arizona State in 3.5 years, saving nearly $15,000. That's a huge return on investment. Since that time, the Mayor's Scholarship Fund has awarded more than 600 students with over $600,000 in scholarships. Tonight, we honor 56 recipients with $48,000 in scholarship money. It is our amazing donors who make this possible. I am pleased to introduce a video presentation featuring the 2021 Mayor Scholarship Fund recipients, courtesy of IE Productions. We have a special evening planned in celebration of this year's student recipients. We've invited two of them to share remarks with us tonight. First, we'll hear from Chad Buck, a 2021 Senior Legacy recipient. Chad was a 2017 Promise Award recipient as an 8th grader and currently attends Idaho Falls High School. Chad will be followed by Olivia Hershey, also a 2021 Senior Legacy recipient. Olivia received the Promise Award in 2020 during her junior year. She attends Bonneville Online High School. Thank you, students, for your willingness to participate with us this evening.
Life. It requires many, many different puzzle pieces that have to fit together perfectly for the picture to come out clear. When everyone comes together in school, at work, and as a community in general, we are truly able to make a difference. Only when we come together as a community will it all come together. Each one of us is part of this grand picture, and we each have our own piece to the puzzle. We all need to do our part and make great things like this possible. Without the sponsors of this program, scholarships wouldn't be given. And without the hardworking coordinators here to line everything up, it wouldn't happen. It takes effort from everyone to achieve our collective goals. My part in this process was much more minimal than the people who make this possible. However, my part was still necessary. Without the career counselor at my school, the mayor's scholarship board, the sponsors, photographers, and other support, this wouldn't be possible. However, when we all come together, everything falls into place. The younger generation moves on to college and become high-functioning members of society. We all live in a happier, wealthier, and more educated community. My part is simple, to do as much as I can for myself and the people around me with the situation I've been given. With this scholarship, I'll be able to do more with my life and benefit myself and my family in the best ways imagined. I'm sure I don't only speak for myself when I say how truly grateful I am for this opportunity. This program has helped and will continue to help future generations move forward in their lives. The generosity of the volunteers, the sponsors, and the city is truly remarkable and has encouraged me to take a look at my own life and made me want to live more generously. The support received through this program will help many more students like myself move on to college, and for that, I will always be grateful.
Hi everyone, my name is Olivia Hershey and I am so honored to be speaking to all of you tonight. I am so grateful for this opportunity. I'd also like to express my gratitude to those who have made tonight possible through their hard work and donations. Thank you all very much. Okay, I absolutely love tonight's theme, It's All Coming Together. I think it's absolutely wonderful because it can be interpreted and understood in many different ways. And the way I understood it is that we are the individual puzzle pieces and each of us connect to each other to make a great, big, wonderful picture. In my life, there have been so many people or puzzle pieces who have contributed to my life and have helped me become the person who I am today. The first person who has made the greatest impact in my life is my mom. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't be up here speaking to you all. I wouldn't even be in this state or in this country. I was born thousands of miles away in the Central American country of Guatemala to a mother who I have never met. A week before I turned 1, I was adopted from a foster family in Guatemala and brought here to Idaho Falls by a single woman who I now call Mom. I was the first of her 3 children to be adopted from Guatemala. I have 2 siblings, a brother and a sister, and though we are not biologically related, we are closer than any siblings could be, and I think it is a miracle that my little family of 4 were brought together. Who knows what my life would look like if I had stayed in Guatemala? I certainly wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have the education opportunities I have had, and I wouldn't be the person who I am today. As a young girl, I didn't realize all of this, and I struggled emotionally with my adoption. My little girl mind couldn't comprehend why a mother would give her daughter away. And even now, I still don't know the reason, but now that I'm older, I clearly see that my adoption was for the best, and that I have had many experiences and opportunities to help me become a better person. My adoptive mother and birth mother are just 2 of multiple people who have contributed to my life and made up the puzzle pieces to my own personal puzzle. There have been many leaders in my church, teachers in my school, and family members and friends who have helped me become the person I am today. Without these people in my life, I don't know where I'd be. Just like all of these people who have contributed to my life, You contribute to someone's life, and they contribute to another person's life, and we all connect to one another. No matter our race, religion, gender, or age, we are all connected, and we all do matter and can make a difference in this world. Each of us are unique, and each of us are small pieces of a bigger picture. Just like every piece of a puzzle is needed to create the full puzzle, each of us is needed to complete the whole puzzle and create the beautiful picture. Even if you feel like you may not contribute to this metaphorical puzzle, or if you feel like you may not be able to make a difference, let me tell you something. There are no extra pieces in a puzzle. You belong in the puzzle. You belong somewhere, and no matter where in that puzzle you go, there is a place for you. We each have a role to play. The big picture looks beautiful when all the pieces are there. No piece can be missing. We want and need every piece to be there. If one piece is missing, we can't be the great big beautiful picture we were all meant to be a part of. I will be forever grateful for the people in my life who have contributed to my puzzle. My birth mom gave me life in several different ways. My adoptive mother gives me love, family, and opportunities for growth. My friends and siblings each give me love and support in their own different ways. My teachers have blessed me with knowledge. My leaders have guided me with their examples. So many people have been a part of my puzzle thus far in my life, but my puzzle is not complete. I am grateful to be a part of their puzzles as well. We all matter, so keep walking, keep loving, and keep living your life with the knowledge that you have a purpose on this earth. Thank you.
Thank you, students, for those inspirational words. It's difficult to imagine too much learning loss occurring this year when students demonstrate this level of insight and thoughtfulness. Before we present tonight's awards, Ammon Mayor Sean Coletti has prepared a few remarks for this year's recipients.
So congratulations to all the students who have applied for scholarships and those who are receiving them today. Your applications were very inspiring, and I look forward to seeing what you will do in the future. It is important to take your career seriously, and that's what you're doing. That requires educational achievement beyond high school. So take it seriously. Find your path and go for it. And when you reach the peak of that mountain, look back and find ways that you can give back to inspire and lift others. Look for opportunities to make your community a better place so that the next student will have the same kind of opportunity that you had. I'm proud of you. I know that the city of Ammon is proud of you. Go and do great things.
Thank you, Mayor Coletti. We now move forward with the main event of the evening, the presentation of this year's awards. We encourage you to interact with messages of congratulations and support for these deserving students. After the last year of upheaval, your support and kindness means the world to these scholars. The Mayor's Scholarship Fund supports awards for students in 8th through 12th grades who agree to continue a post-secondary bound path. Tonight, 56 scholarships, totaling more than $48,000, will be awarded to students from Idaho Falls School District 91 and Bonneville School District 93. The Mayor's Promise Award is a $250 scholarship for students in 8th through 11th grade. This scholarship may be applied toward pre-approved college preparatory expenses while the student is still in high school or retained for post-secondary use. These students have shown that they're on the college-bound path and will succeed in high school and beyond. We proudly present the 2021 Mayor's Scholarship Fund Promise Award recipients. Amelia Wilson, Thunder Ridge High School. Antonio Steinman, Water Springs School. Ashton Erickson, Skyline High School. Audrey Harmon, Rocky Mountain Middle School. Brooklyn Reese, Thunder Ridge High School. Caden Durchie, Thunder Ridge High School. Aaron Stepp, Water Springs School. Faith Falter, Bonneville High School. Hagen Gittens, Water Springs School. Isabella Hall, Thunder Ridge High School. Jackson Aldinger, Water Springs School. Jacob Briggs, Bonneville High School. Janie Ray, Bonneville High School. John Schuneman, Rocky Mountain Middle School. Jonathan Bazuk, Skyline High School. Caden Aldinger, Water Springs School. Callie Shirtliff, Bonneville High School. Kate Knowles, Hillcrest High School. Kaylee Kester, Thunder Ridge High School. Kira Musingi, Compass Academy. Lee Webb, Rocky Mountain Middle School. Madison Kincaid, Water Spring School. Marco Acosta, Bonneville High School. Michelle Ivy, Thunder Ridge High School. Michaela Young, Bonneville High School. Priscilla Lopez, Bonneville High School. Rowdy Cook, Rocky Mountain Middle School. Shannon Acton, Rocky Mountain Middle School. Sophie Andrus, Bonneville High School. And Sophie Waukaser, Idaho Falls High School. Since 2018, the Mayor's Scholarship Fund has partnered with the College of Eastern Idaho Foundation to provide scholarships to local students who show dedication to this community and a desire to pursue their educational goals. This is a $1,000 scholarship to be used during the 2021-22 school year. Rick Amon, president of the College of Eastern Idaho, has a special message for tonight's recipients.
Good evening, students, family, and friends. The Mayor's Scholarship Celebration is an annual event and always a wonderful recognition of achievement. Let me congratulate each of our Eastern Idaho high school students who are graduating this year. My name is Rick Amon. I'm the president of College of Eastern Idaho. Graduation is a wonderful accomplishment. We all are very proud of you and wish you well as you move into this new phase of life. College of Eastern Idaho is excited to offer each of you a scholarship to our college. Whether you're interested in areas of technical skill, such as nursing, welding, machine tool, auto, web design, or cybersecurity, we have a program for you. Perhaps you're interested in transferring to a two-year degree toward a baccalaureate. We also have options for you. We're here to support you as you go on to your college experience.
The 2021 College of Eastern Idaho Awards go to Ethan Meissner, Skyline High School. Gage Nelson, Bonneville High School. Kiani Huff, Bonneville High School. Marissa Anderson, Bonneville High School. Martin Whipple, Compass Academy. Nika Lind, Emerson High School. Samantha Butler, Skyline High School. Selah O'Neill, Idaho Falls High School. And Madeline Anderson, Compass Academy. The Mayor's Senior Award goes to deserving high school seniors who exemplify the spirit of the Mayor's Scholarship Fund motto, Lighting the Path. These recipients are community-oriented students, motivated to succeed as they pursue their post-secondary educational goals. This $1,500 scholarship is to be used at an accredited institution within the state of Idaho. Congratulations to these recipients for their hard work. The 2021 Mayor's Scholarship Fund Senior Awards are presented to Andrea Pett, Bonneville High School. Brianna Contreras, Bonneville High School. Damian Contreras, Skyline High School. Diana Cortez, Idaho Falls High School. Emily Frugoli, Bonneville High School. Emma Taylor, Water Spring School. Grace Parsons, Idaho Falls High School. James Dawson, Thunder Ridge High School. Leah Albach, Compass Academy. Sadie Bailey, Thunder Ridge High School. And Sydney Nelson, Hillcrest High School. Idaho Falls Mayor Rebecca Casper says of the Mayor's Scholarship Fund, "Our goal is to reach every motivated and prepared young person and give them the resources to forge ahead toward advanced education and training." The next award recipients have proven that they are indeed motivated and prepared. Each of these students received the Mayor's Promise Award previously, and now, as high school seniors, have scored in the top of this year's award recipients to earn the $2,500 Senior Legacy Award. The Mayor's Scholarship Fund recognizes these exemplary students for their dedication and excellence in pursuing their educational goals. The 2021 Senior Legacy Award recipients are Chad Buck, Idaho Falls High School. Olivia George, Bonneville High School. Olivia Hershey, Bonneville Online School. Riley Roberts, Hillcrest High School. Rebecca Cook, Thunder Ridge High School. And Jessica Gutierrez, Idaho Falls High School. I have been in awe and inspired by the adults working with these amazing young people during the last year. At times, they've taught both online and in person at the same time, in essence, doubling their planning. They've mastered complicated technology and learning management systems, and they've done so with positivity and urgency, determined to fulfill their mission to students and their families. Great educators will let nothing come between them and student learning. The Mayor's Scholarship Fund is keenly aware of these individuals who are in the schools each and every day with the students, lighting their academic paths. All teachers, counselors, administrators, and advisors deserve recognition for their countless hours spent on behalf of students. Tonight, we'd like to recognize an individual who has gone above and beyond in helping the Mayor's Scholarship Fund reach deserving recipients over the years. This year, we award Melissa McConnell from Thunder Ridge High School with the 2021 Above and Beyond Award. Ms. McConnell lights the path for the students in her school, and we honor her this evening along with our students. Thank you, Melissa. To conclude our program, we will hear a few closing remarks from Idaho Falls Mayor Rebecca Casper. Mayor Casper has a passion and love for this program. She was an integral part in the inception of the program in 2006 and was the first executive director of the Mayor's Scholarship Fund. We appreciate her continued involvement and support of this program.
Good evening, recipients. It's a real pleasure to come before you this evening. You know, last year when we filmed the Mayor's Scholarship Program Awards program, it was new and it was a bit unusual. Ours was one of, if not the first, large-scale virtual event in Eastern Idaho, and so during the shutdown. And here we are now a year later, and talking to you on camera feels really, really normal. I find that to be both amusing and somewhat fascinating. To me, it's fascinating because how did it become normal, right? When we ask that question, talking to a camera, of course, will never be as wonderful as it is to talk to a human. But as humans, whenever we find that a pathway that we're on has been blocked, we tend to find a way around it. Sometimes we manage to do that pretty quickly, and other times it takes a little longer for us to invent something new. And I guess how long it takes depends on how large the obstacle is. And so these workarounds, right, getting around the obstacle, that's something that to me is pretty impressive. And the pandemic, thinking about that, it really deceived most of us. I think some of you probably will recall thinking last year that this whole thing would only take a few months and then we'd get back to normal. But it kind of reminds me of that giant iceberg with only the tip of it, sticking out of the water. And we all, I think, began to realize as time went by that this was more like an iceberg, right? And that all those crazy researchers who were saying, 10 months ago that, this is going to impact the planet for a few years, we're realizing now that they were probably right. But, early on, we didn't see it that way, right? So as this obstacle, the pandemic and all of its, staying home, distancing, masking, and all of that stuff, as it loomed larger and larger, so did the ways that we as humans adapted and adopted new processes, right? And so I'm just trying to think of what some of those new processes are. It includes everything from figuring out how to get sanitizer produced quickly, right, because there was a shortage, or toilet paper produced and distributed quickly, to how do we interact and still distance. I heard a story on the news just this week about how Zoom, started off a year ago as a little company, and then they had a big explosion in subscriptions, and then they went from that to some problems with people, jumping on and invading the privacy of a Zoom meeting, to then, fixing that, adjusting to it, and now, they're poised to be an extremely strong company going forward, all because of that adaptation and that workaround kind of mentality that companies, that is a part of the way humans adapt to things. And that's really not surprising when you think about it, because that's how humans work, right? That's how our brains work. Much of the human brain remains a mystery and a wonder because it is as yet largely unmapped by human science. But with what we do know, it seems clear that these brains of ours are made to consume information and to problem solve. Neuroscience tells us that repetition is a primary means by which our brains develop, and that's how we learn. The average brain is estimated to contain about 86 billion neurons. Information in our brains is conveyed as tiny electrical impulses across the synapses, or the gaps, that connect each of these 86 billion neurons one to another. So the resulting neural pathways, these impulses that go from one neuron to another and hop around in our brains, those are pathways, right? Neural pathways. And they become stronger and better established through repetition. We all want to strengthen when we want to strengthen our understanding of something or our capacity for something, usually we find that repetition is the key. Those of you who have had to, say, practice the piano, repetition is key, or any musical instrument. Or maybe you remember being a kid and watching the same movie over and over again, or your favorite TV show, over and over again. Or maybe you had a favorite book that you would ask any adult who walked in the door to read to you when you were little. I know I had one child who loved the book Where the Wild Things Are. And there was a time when we both had it memorized cold because of that need for repetition that his brain had. So anyway, when a familiar neural pathway that we have is blocked or damaged, typically through injury or disease or something like that, the brain immediately begins building a workaround. It begins establishing a new neural pathway to get to that familiar data that it's seeking. And that's how you see people recover from brain injury or from a stroke or something like that. But it takes time, but it can be done, right? The human brain is wired for workarounds. So we see that we're not only designed to learn, but we're designed to problem solve, right? To get around the obstacle, from our brains to how they work to how we think and how we problem solve in the world. Little segue here. In this program, we talk a lot about our motto, and maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but it's part of everything that we put out, and either through the image or through words. But the motto is lighting the path to higher education. And visually, it's shown in our logo with a path running through Idaho toward that beautiful sunset, right? So I don't know, do you like that segue? The path to higher education is where I am, but I got there through the neural network pathway. Very clever, wasn't it? Well, anyway, in case you haven't thought about it much yet, your journey from now to a successful future until you get to that sunset at the end of the pathway is very unique, and it's yours and yours alone. I'll just say each pathway. Every person has their own pathway, and there are as many pathways as there are people, and each person has an infinite number of pathways that they can choose. And we, and I say we being all of the adults that are associated with this program. So we can say, we, the boring adults in your life who love you and who see all of the wonderful future potential in you, want to do whatever we can to light the path that you're on. And when I say light, illuminate, provide that whatever it takes so that you can see, what steps you need to take next, right? That's what we want to do. We want to help you take the right steps. I will tell you that we, the adults in your life who love you and care about you and want to support you, we can't take the journey for you. I've met some really protective parents who might want to try to take the pathway for you, but I'll say most of us are good, and we don't need to be 18 or 19 again. But we are here to give you advice. We're here to teach you the many things that you'll need to know on your path. We can prepare you for the decisions and any difficulties that might lie ahead in the path so that you can be prepared with the workarounds or the skills to have the workarounds to be able to handle whatever life throws at you. We can give you money, scholarships perhaps, or maybe we can loan you some money to help you to subsist until you get to a point where you don't need that. We can even point your shoulders in a fruitful direction. From time to time, you might need somebody to reorient you on the path that you're on. So all of this amounts to what I call providing some kind of encouragement to you as you travel on your path. And that's, I think, the definition of love and support, right? Providing that encouragement. Well, how many of you have ever had the privilege of taking a long car trip with family members. Have you ever seen how those are filmed in the movies, right? It's usually a mom and a dad and a brother and a sister in the back seat. One of them has the headphones on, and the other one's really annoying, and one's really cool. And then usually some kind of a fight erupts, and you've seen it in the movies before or on TV shows. So those are a lot like the family trips I remember, except maybe more kids, and maybe real life is worse. There were the bathroom breaks, there's the whining, the disagreements over the radio, the conversation topics, what game we're going to play. When someone in the front seat says, let's all play a game, trying to get everybody in a good mood, and then nobody can agree on the game. Or it says the rules are stupid, or whatever, right? Or he's touching me, or let's draw an imaginary line down the middle of the seat so that, don't touch across the line, and all those things that happen. My kids would fight over which Disney story to listen to, which restaurant to go to. And there's either fighting, or there's snarky, or there's silent treatment, or something goes on if the car trip is long enough, right? And I'm talking the trip, hundreds of miles kind of a thing. Anyway, you got the picture in your head, okay? Whether it's in a movie or from your own life or from my life, but got it in your head. I will say that is not what we're talking about when we talk about the journey ahead for you, the path that you're on. And the biggest difference is that this journey is not about anybody but you. You might have family members who have lots to say to you. You might have other people, in your life that would love to be on that journey with you, but it is yours and yours alone. And it actually starts maybe not with the first step. It actually already started. It started with you planting your feet at the very beginning of the path. And I believe that it started when you took the several actions. One, you had a hope for your future. Another, you decided to apply for this scholarship. You earned the recognition, fair and square, right? You fill out and submitted a great application. There may have been some people who helped you with the application, but you submitted it. And so here you are, right, at the very beginning of this path to higher education that you're on. I stand here tonight to quote the song Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. I can tell you that they're wrong and they're right when they sing, yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. I don't know, I didn't quote it like they sing it, but I will tell you that when they say there are two paths you can go by, I think, that's just not true. As I said before, there are an infinite number of paths that you can go by. But here you are on this one. You're poised to take steps toward higher education. But then Led Zeppelin is right when they say there's still time to change the road you're on. Something I really want you to remember is whenever you do find an obstacle in your path between you and that goal, whether it's higher education or something else, remember that we come pre-wired as humans for the workaround, right? So you can change the path you're on because there's an obstacle, and you can figure out how to reorient yourself. There's always time for that. Or if you find that you've chosen the wrong path, there's still time to change the road you're on. So if you haven't heard that song lately, or if you've never heard it, Google Stairway to Heaven. It's not the greatest song ever, although it was cool when I was your age. But find that little couplet of lines in there and kind of burn that into your head. There's still time to change the road you're on, because there's wisdom in that if you interpret it the way I just did. Anyway, what other wisdom can we pull out of the path metaphor? Let's see. I can't make you move your feet. You have to do it. You get to the end of your path. You graduate from college, get a job, yada, yada. You meet a wonderful partner. You start families. You live happily ever after. The end, right? And so I should just go sit down, right? Wrong. That's not the end, okay? It's not that easy. No matter how well you plan and no matter what you anticipate, some of the things you aspire to won't turn out great. Okay, now I sound a little bit like Dr. Seuss. Did you hear the rhyming? Anticipate, great. So I'm going to tell you that sometimes things don't work out your way. Sometimes you'll face a rainy day. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you'll have times when you want to cry. Oh, no, never mind. I don't want to say that either. So here it is. I think that what I can do best right now is to call some encouragement to you from where I stand. From the sidelines of the path, right? We are proud of you. I want to tell you that. First bit of encouragement. We are proud of you, and our hopes are very high. As I said before, we see in you the promise of a great future. And wow, I get emotional because you should never underestimate the promise that lies within you. Not ever. It's very inspiring to old people like me. Second bit of encouragement. We are here for you. And when I say we, I'm talking about all the adults in your life who got you here so far and who are here for you in the future. We are here for you as a resource. And what do I mean when I say that? Well, the first thing I mean is that we know that you're going to have pressures, and we know that that will generate questions. And not every obstacle is going to be something that you innately know how to navigate. Just because your brain is capable of navigating around doesn't mean that you're going to know how to do it. Sometimes you just need to do some research. Other times you need to talk to people. Sometimes you have to do all of the above. But we are all putting ourselves on the list of people you can call if you feel stuck. That's part of calling encouragement to you, being there when you have a question. I should also point out that everybody needs a mentor. We all deserve one. And there are people out there who are willing to be that person for you. And I will also tell you that everybody has questions. So never, ever, ever, ever feel self-conscious about asking them. That's part of what a mentor is for. Someone who can take those, what you might think are questions that you don't want to ask anybody because they seem stupid or feel stupid, and you can ask them. So find a mentor, or at least trust somebody enough to trust them with your questions. So what other encouragement can I come up with? Well, we hope that you'll choose to return to Eastern Idaho when your education path is complete. Our local economy is expanding like crazy, and that means, what does that mean? It means lots of jobs are going to be here. Well, I'm going to say that things are changing so quickly that if you leave Eastern Idaho for very long, you might not recognize some things when you come back. We're growing and changing. I just heard today that probably a net about 20,000 different needs are going to be expressing themselves in the next, during the 20s. So between now and 2030, about 20,000 folks that they estimate are going to move in, and with the other ones who are maybe moving out, we're going to be net 6,000 down in terms of people that we need for the jobs that are projected to come our way. So there's going to be a lot of growth because those other 6,000 hopefully will move in from other places to help satisfy the really great jobs that are being created. Anyway, we recognize that not everybody will come back or will come back directly. Sometimes young adults have to fly a while and see the world before they can come back home to rest. We get that. We respect it, and we'll support you in that. But I want to give you confidence also that you've chosen a really good path. Orienting yourself toward higher education, whatever form it takes, is so very smart. Folks who are oriented toward higher education are going to earn more and have a better quality of life than those who don't orient themselves that way. There will be, as I said, many jobs available in the future, and an actual college degree will not be necessary for all of those jobs. Some of those positions are going to be looking for specialized training or some kind of a certificate, and that is not the same thing as a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD. But some of the very best jobs will be reserved for those with higher education degrees. So what we're trying to do here in Eastern Idaho as we talk to the universities that have a presence here, whether that's the College of Eastern Idaho, ISU, U of I, and Brigham Young University in Idaho, what we're trying to do is redesign some of the aspects of the education system so that there are on-ramps and off-ramps. And I think that's a really good phrase. I first heard it from President Amon, who is president of the College of Eastern Idaho. And by off-ramps, we mean if you are you have a job, you've taken a job, say one that required training that you were able to get in a short amount of time, or one that required a certificate, and you're on that job or at that job, and then you realize, I've maxed out my earning potential here, and I would like to do more. I'm capable of more. I'm young, and I'm ready to do more. Well, we're going to try to make it so that it's easy enough to have an off-ramp, leave that job, and get the education you need, right? And then we want to make it, this is kind of a highway metaphor, right? The interstate has on-ramps and off-ramps. So we're going to try to make it so then you can exit the job and then get back on after you've gotten the education you need and continue on to down that highway of your career. And so that thinking is going on, the off-ramps and the off-ramps, on and off-ramps, trying to make it easier for people who want to improve themselves over time. And so you're on a good path. You're on a good path because the higher education path turns into the career path. Or at least that's the thinking that we're using here. So I guess I want to tell you that I know what I'm talking about. The path was lit for me. And the path is now lit for you by so many people that some you'll never know who really care and who spend their days and their evenings planning and working and dreaming out ways to make the pathway easier to be on. But if you want to know, some of those folks, just look in the program for the scholarship this year, and you're going to see a lot of names, and all of those people are working to light the path for you. I kind of think of it as maybe holding up a torch, and all the light that comes off of that torch is the image I think of when I think of all the amazing people who are working to make the path easier. And I'm just going to close by telling you what I say to every class of recipients I get to talk to. And you are the 16th class of recipients. We've been doing this program for 16 years, or this is the 16th time. And that to me is impressive. And that means that some of you were born after we started this program. That's weird to me, but yay, it's amazing that we've gone this long. And I hope we go 160 more. But someday soon, or sooner than you expect, society is going to pass that torch to you, right? I'm going to be old and in a rocking chair and too old to lift my arm with a torch, but it will be passed to you. And at that point, I will, and others who are lighting the path now, will expect you to take that torch and to light the way for the others who come behind you. Because that's how it works. That's how it works. Maybe when the torch is given to you, you're going to say, I'm not rich. We're not expecting you to light the path with money, although some of you might be very successful and work for companies and businesses that can contribute financially. But maybe you can light the path with encouragement. Maybe you can light it with advocacy or tutoring, or just by being an excellent example. In fact, some of you can hop on and become active on the Mayor Scholarship Fund Facebook page, and use your example and your experiences and what you learn over the years to encourage others that you meet on that page. In fact, we hope that you will become active enough on that page to keep it current with what you're doing. Post on there. Let us know when you graduate. Let us know where you're going to school, because not everybody has determined that yet. Let us know when you get your first job, and then continue to post whenever you think about it, because that's part of lighting the path. I guess I just want to tell you that your successes become our successes, and that's part of what motivates us to give and to keep this program alive and to keep that pathway lit. So I just want you to know how much I admire you and how much I am sincere when I say that we care, and I've used we a lot. I'm part of that group of grown-ups that's here for you. If you ever get stuck, the mayor's office, just Google Mayor of Idaho Falls. You will find a way to get a hold of me. Let me help. Let me help. Let us call encouragement to you. Take the encouragement. Believe us. And good luck. Good luck. Have a great year next year, no matter how weird it is with the pandemic. You can overcome that obstacle. Sorry for getting emotional, but I care. Good luck.
It was an honor for me to be part of the Mayor Scholarship Program tonight. Each year, these scholarship recipients inspire me to continue learning and contributing, so more students will embrace opportunities for continued education after graduation. A life of challenge, peace, and stability is an admirable goal, and I wish this for all the incredible young scholars of Idaho Falls and Bonneville County. That concludes this evening's program. Thank you to all those who have participated and made this presentation possible. Thank you all for watching this evening to honor these students. We again express appreciation to the Mayor's Scholarship Fund Board of Directors and Steering Committee, the teachers, administrators, counselors, and advisors who support these students in their endeavors, and especially the sponsors who make these scholarships a reality. Good night and have a wonderful spring.